Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Intimidation Campaign. We're going to intimidate the heck out of our opponent and keep drawing cards while we're at it. So that's the idea of this deck. The whole deck is centered around crime and doing the Intimidation Campaign. But not only that, we also are able to recycle the whole deck using Witness the Future and 2 Devious Cover-Up. Now, in order for us to actually get the Intimidation Campaign going, which costs 3 mana, I don't want to have to pay for 3 mana every time I'm playing the spell. So I'm going to tuck it underneath the plot ability on Jace Reawakened. So that's kind of the idea of this deck. Jace is not a 2-drop, it's actually a 4-drop since you cannot play him on turn 1, 2, or 3. So this is what this deck actually looks like. In the early game, what we're going to do is have 2 cut down, 2 go for the throw, 2 long goodbye, and 4 no more lies. 10 cards on early game interaction just to make sure that we're not falling behind on board. Then onto the 3-drop, we're gonna have 2 temporary lockdown, 1 Witness the Future, and 3 Intimidation Campaign. So of course, Witness the Future, let me put it on this side instead. Witness the Future and Intimidation Campaign are not what we want to play on curve. What we want to play on curve are either temporary lockdown against, things like Boros or Mono Red to stop the bleed, or play one of these 3 mana rocks. We got a Bandit Hall, Honor's Heirloom, and a Celestus. These are all very good mana rocks for the purpose of this deck. The Celestus, turning Celestus, drawing cards or looting cards and gaining life, it's always good. But we also have Honor Heirloom to use the 2 mana ability to exile a card from a graveyard. You know how good that is? Not only can you remove our opponent's Memory Deluge or their graveyard synergy cards or the lands, so one at a time from a lands deck, what we can also do is activate a crime, because targeting cards is a crime. And when we activate crime, we get to put a loot counter on Bandit's Hall. And now, whenever we have 2 loot counters, we can draw a card with Bandit's Hall. That's really, really good, right? So that's why this whole deck synergizes with the mana rocks that it runs, almost like an EDH deck. And on the other side of that, Intimidation Campaign and Witness the Future. Things we can also cast with 3 mana, but we probably don't want to do that on turn 3. Because this is going to help us fall behind, this is going to make us fall behind on tempo a lot. So these are, usually held off to the late game. I would say, turn 7 or 8, that's when these start to hit if we're hard casting them. Then, of course, on the 4-drop, we're going to hard cast Jace. 2 mana, Jace Reawakened. We can tuck any of these mana rocks or Witness the Future or Intimidation Campaign in the plot ability. So this deck has a lot of cards we can plot with Jace, which is fantastic because we never want to just loot with Jace. We always want to plot with Jace. That's a free 3 mana every turn. That's pretty good, right? If you cast 2 mana to get free 3 mana, you'll probably play that in a lot of decks. That's kind of like a what's that called again? The Diabolic Ritual? No. Demonic Ritual? The Cabal Ritual. That's the card, right? Without the threshold, you cast 2 mana, you get 3 mana. That's what you probably would run in a lot of scenarios. But this is constant. Every turn you get 3 free mana. So the Jace is great for a control deck. We also, of course, have 4 Wandering Emperor just to try to stay alive, exile creatures. And then we have 2 Devious Cover-Up to recycle every card in our deck for the ones that we need. Of course, something to remember for the Wandering Emperor, this deck cycles through a lot. So don't be afraid of just keep using the -2 ability. What I learned is that you just keep exiling your opponent's cards. Eventually, they'll run out, but you won't. You got a lot of Intimidation Campaigns going on. Alright, and then in the 5-drop, we got Board Wipes. 2 Sunfall, 2 Deadly Cover-Up. If our opponent has some pesky cards that we really need to hit, we can Deadly Cover-Up, do the Evidence thing, and then exile it from their graveyard. Otherwise, we Sunfall to make little dudes, and we can attack them with those little dudes. And then, of course, Farewell. Anything that we need to hit, we can hit with Farewell, right? We can also, a great thing about this deck is that we don't have to worry about enchantments, right? Our Intimidation Campaign is a card that goes back to our hand. So we don't really have enchantment on board that we care about too much. Temporary Lockdown usually is going to lock down our own Jace. So when we exile Temporary Lockdown, as in exiling all enchantments, Jace is going to come back. So that is not that bad of an idea. When we cast Farewell, we usually are going to hit every mode except Graveyard because of our Cover-Up plus Witness the Future, and not Artifact if we really need to keep our mana rocks, right? We can hit Artifacts, there's only 3 of them, and if our opponent is some sort of Artifact deck, this is definitely useful. But sometimes it's just exiling all creatures and all enchantments will work as well. And then, of course, these cards are synergizing for the rest of the deck. Then let's talk about the lands, right? These are 3-drops, let's go back to the 3-drop place. Let's talk about the lands, because there are a lot of lands. 26 lands with 3 mana rocks in this deck. But we won't flood because we got a lot of card draws. You might think Intimidation Campaign is a 3 mana draw 1, but it's not. It's a 3 mana almost draw infinite. So just keep drawing. You don't need Memory Deluge, we can keep drawing with Intimidation, and we can loot with Jace Reawakened if all, you know, if there's nothing else to do, we can loot with him. We can also draw with Bandit's Hall. Alright, so now the land base, we got 1 Eiganjo, 1 Plain, 1 Island, 1 Otawara, 1 Swamp, 1 Takenuma. Very standard for what I like to run, which is 1 channel land and 1 basic land, in case we get basic checked. We got, for the blue-white, 6 lands total, 4 Desert Beach, 2 Restless Anchorage. For the black-white, 2 Shadowy Backstreet and 4 Shattered Sanctum. I like to have 4 of these slow lands, and then 2 of the other type of lands. For the blue-black, I have 4 Shipwreck Marsh, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, and then 2 Undercity Sewers. So for the black-white and the blue-black, I have these Surveil lands. And for the blue-white, that's the only man land I have in the deck. We're not really trying to win with man lands, but Restless Anchorage is so good because potentially gets us card draws with the filter ability, with the map ability. And then I have 1 Field of Ruin in case I need to kill a Mirrex, and I have my own Mirrex in case I want to use that for our opponent. Don't forget, this deck has Devious Cover-Up and Witness the Future, so we can keep recycling Field of Ruin to eventually pop all of their Mirrex. Even if we only have 1 field, we can destroy any non-basic lands in our opponent's deck if the game drags out long enough. That's the whole deck list. Now let's go into the games. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our opponent is Euler. Oh boy, he's going to use those math forms on me. We go first. Sewer into Ruins. That sounds terrible. Jace opening hand again. Let's do it. Somehow, Jace is always an opening hand. Definitely don't want that. How fast will this game go? Mountain. Kumano? I guess that fast, right? No, I do get a land this turn, but I can't play it, so I'm going to play a Field of Ruin. Codebreaker. Dawnbreaker. Cover-Up is not a good card, but at least I have no more lives. Godric? None of that. Don't be a liar. Well, you gotta think about that for a second, right? Maybe you don't attack. Maybe you hold on. Alright, if I play Jace here, would he just attack Jace? I need a card draw. I need a card draw bad. So, let us draw and discard a card. And we'll discard the Sunfall to Cover-Up. This is hard to choose. I might need both of these. I don't need Witness, to be fair. Not against this deck. We're not going for the Infinite Cycle. We hit our land drop. See, if I had the land drop this turn, I would not have to do that. Monster's Rage to go after Jace? That's funny. Alright. You got it.
I cannot accept
another Sunfall? I'm not doing anything here. Look at that. 4 lands, all 5 mana spells. You're gonna have to do something, right?
Now
Is it just burn spells?
That's coming on.
Probably just burn spells.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
There it is. Lightning Strike on the Emperor.
Try not to miss me.
Now I have no value. I get a cut down. That's not a value card. Still, all 5 mana spells. Here comes a Lightning Strike to my face. Fugitive didn't even want to hide it. I don't think I can cut this down, right? If I try to cut it down, he'll just pump it. And then I'll lose my cut down. I'll make him use his pump. It needs to be a pump spell. A burn spell does not work. So he doesn't do it. And now I have a Devious Cover-Up. Cool. Not going to use a Cover-Up on a burn spell, of course. Only on a creature spell. He's holding back, which allows me to get to 5 mana. Alright. So against mono red, at this point, they should leave. Because they got 1 card a turn. And I have 1 card a turn, but my cards have advantage, known as card advantage. And his card has burn, known as loser spells. Alright, Oiler, with your Jace avatar and your whatever you're doing. Hurry up. Make your bad plays and leave already. Oh, I actually cannot Devious Cover-Up. I didn't notice I don't have 2 black. And he has no non-basic land, so the Field of Ruin is kind of dead. I should have tossed this and kept my Witness the Future if that was the case. Well, now I have black, so there's that. I can't believe our opponent's still in this game. For mono red, right? Why are you sticking this out? We're not in Mythic. Nothing's at stake other than your ego. And if you're playing mono red, you obviously don't have much of that. Long goodbye. Alright, now we have a removal. Maybe he's wondering how I win. I guess we'll show him by dragging this game out to 30 minutes. Sure. Now we kill it. Can't be countered. Like, what was the point of that? Anchorage. Now we got an attacker. I feel like that's a burn spell. Which, I mean, you can burn my Anchorage. Alright, it's a plotted Demonic Ruckus. Ooh, a Jace. So, do I have enough blue for this? I think so. Let's draw on the scarf.
The multiverse deserves.
I can toss a Sunfall here, you know. You can Lightning Strike Jace for 3, but that's not a good play. He does Lightning Strike Jace for 3, alright. That's a horrendous play. What were you thinking? Alright, I can block this. Right? He's sending his creature to death. What's the point of this? Now he has no cards. GG! Get out of here, mono red. Alright, our opponent's Demoto Bro. He's our bro. We're gonna keep this hand against our bro. Seems to be Boros. Otawara might be useful. Oh no, it's not Boros. It seems to be Jeskai now. So does Jeskai do anything turn 3? That's the question. But I guess having an Anchorage down right now doesn't do much, and I will be able to hold up No More Lies against Jeskai. He's not playing anything though, so I don't want to toss anything down into him not playing anything. If I play the Celestus and it gets countered, I'll feel pretty bad. So it's just, we'll each pass turn. Flanker? You can flank me. I don't have anything. Just one to the top, one to the top, one to the bottom. I could have cut that down to be fair. But I want to play my Emperor this turn. 3 damage isn't the end of the world.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
Okay, so it has hexproof as long as he hasn't cast a spell this turn. And it has flash and flying.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Alright, that's really annoying and scary, but it's fine, just gonna attack my Emperor anyways.
Until next time, then, we must protect the people.
It's gonna have to cast a spell at some point, right? The Sphinx. Am I gonna get got by the Sphinx? I didn't play any spells, so I get a citation, or a citation. I get a rotation. Found a Celestis. I get another land. Get an Honor Heirloom. That is not 2 spells. So we'll die in 4 turns. So I mean, he doesn't play anything. We'll be able to get back from this. It's hexproof. Can't get through hexproof. Do we just turn the Anchorage life? Not quite enough, right? So that's kind of scary. It's just them sticking this is really bad because it's hexproof. They're just not going to play anything. Alright. I can exile a card in the graveyard, but I don't have anything in the graveyard to exile. So I'll get another land, so I have to Sunfall or Farewell this turn. So I guess we'll go for the attack first. Creatures. Lightning Helix my face. Second Lightning Helix. Does he just have a bunch of Lightning Helix? I mean, that's a perfect counter against my deck, so good job. For his turn, he'll have a Lightning Helix again. I'll take action. I can drop a Cut Down. Did he have the third Lightning Helix? Alright, let's do this again. Ooh, a campaign. That's pretty good. A Long Goodbye can go. I don't think it'll hit anything in their deck. I mean, it's come back anyways. Alright, we can Intimidate them. They'll counter it. Then we'll play a Bandit's Hall. I think that's fair, right? Alright, let's play the Bandit's Hall anyways. It's a lot of mana rocks that probably just get swept up by a board wipe. A flanker? Alright, what are they doing with the flanker? I don't actually care about the flanker, right? Let them do it, their thing. What am I gonna get? A land? That can go. Attack with the flanker. Say goodbye. Let me get back my campaign to intimidate you. Sphinx. Does he have a counter spell? No, he does not. Oh, I have a counter spell. Great. Campaign. Fairy Mastermind. Do I want to counter a Fairy Mastermind? So whenever I draw a card, he draws 2 cards. That's kind of scary. I do want to stop that. But countering this is kind of scary, right? I kind of have to do it. Alright, let's get my Wandering Emperor. I want the Farewell back. No More Lice might be good, but I think go for the throw is better. I'll take No More Lice too. gotta normalize anyways. So if they play a Sphinx, I can normalize it. Flanker on his turn. So I want to bring back the campaign, right? So I need to exile a card from his graveyard. Both to the bottom. Let's exile the Stoic Sphinx. Oh, hey! You're gonna quit? You just got campaigned. The combo! It has worked. How fun. Alright, our opponent's gonna be the Maxock-born. Max Cock? Missing a seat though. Not a very big cock you have. Alright, we got to go first with some removal, a cover-up, and a bunch of mana rocks. We'll say hi, and maybe we'll go get somewhere with this. I don't know, that's a little horse. They got a little horse. No more lice? Yeah. Later on it will work. Right now it won't. Alright, it won't work for some time, but at least we got a cut down in case I want to play a creature. They don't want to play a creature. They are probably going to normalize our card, so let's hold off for now. Why did I do this? I don't know why I did that. We'll go to my turn. Now get white. Yeah, that felt weird. I don't know why I played it the way I did. You can have 3 mana. What are you going to play here? Nothing. That's what you're going to play. Next time we can push through with Celestis. So I can pop his Restless. If he plays something in response, I won't be able to play anything, right? I will go to my turn. I have 2 cover-ups. I thought I only had 1. Let's play the Celestis. See where this gets us. Okay, none of that. No Deluge for you. And we have a Celestis. That's fun. Enjoy your 5 mana turn. Probably a March. Then you got another Deluge. Annoying, but you know, I get to exile the Deluge with the Honor Heirloom. And then I also have a Devious Cover-Up. Yeah, let's do it this way. If they want to play something, I can counter it. If they don't play something, I can definitely exile a card. So, I guess I'm not doing anything here. Exile your Memory Deluge. Maybe they got another Memory Deluge. Can't stop everything. Can do this. Ooh. Okay. Do I toss the cut down? There's 2 anchorages. But the Intimidation Campaign just feels so good, right? Do I toss the cover-up? I don't think I'll toss a cover-up, so I guess it'll be a cut down. I draw a land. Let's... If I Jace here, can I still cover up? I still can. Do they want to counter a Jace? 3 steps ahead. How about you are no steps ahead? Yeah, I'll shuffle that back.
Multiverse deserves another piece in place.
Right, that's I did play 2 spells, right? I played this and I played Jace. So I do get to cycle a card, but do I want to drop this land here? Let's just take this action. What am I gonna draw? It's not a very useful card. Mirix is scary. Licensed Twilight. Oh boy. That is not what I wanted to see after I just dropped that card, right? Let's Intimidate. That's unfortunate. Draw and discard a card. Ooh. I guess I'm gonna start to regret things. I don't think I played anything. So we'll just pass turn. Did I play something? I didn't play a spell, did I? Oh, I played the Intimidation Campaign. Whoops. Let's pop that like this. So I get to return this back? Let's get a white out. I need a lot of white mana. Alright, resolves. Then we can get rid of that too. All my face. That's a lot. I guess I go to my turn. Do I want to exile this? It's not that many cards to exile. But I'll do it. Take action. Witness the future. Well, that's kind of a dead card, but I'll put away the Go for the Throat. Farewell. Well, good thing I drew this card, because I'm gonna need it. So let's tap this for white, tap this for white. And then I only have 2 mana left, but it is what it is. Let us exile all creatures. I don't need to exile all graveyards. So it's basically it, right? Just all creatures. Let's get the campaign online. Almost dead, but not quite. And now we're back in the driver's seat. Didn't think I had to toss this. Freaking temporary lockdown. I didn't know that was going to happen. Alright, back to the 1-1. There's 2 Myrics? I did not know there was 2 Myrics. Alright, I get to have double of these, but they don't come back, so I don't think that's necessary. Let's intimidate them. It's just a land. Put the Witness of Future away. And I've only played 1 spell, right? So I'm not getting this double trigger. Maybe we can push through the Emperor. He's attacking. Let me try to push through an Emperor. Is there a counter spell coming?
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Okay, so I could exile one of these, or I can make a 2/2. You can definitely kill the 2/2, so I don't get anything out of it. Exiling just feels better, right? Then he makes more, but I get more card draws. So yeah. He definitely didn't see that coming. He wanted to kill my 2/2. Or, yeah, he wanted to kill my Samurai, which I'm not making. You can kill your wrong one if you want. I'm gonna go to 6.
You are not much of
And if
a
he makes 2, he's tapping himself out on his turn for some reason. What's the point of this? I don't understand that part. I can exile a card from his graveyard. That's about it. So let's not do that. I'll just go to my turn. I hold up my counter spell. I get to double Witness the Future. So let me double all of my cards. Until the end of turn, everything I cast is doubled. So we get to Witness the Future twice.
I've been working towards.
1, 2, 3. Well, okay, let's put away the Go for the Throw. I don't want that. Temporary lockdown. Alright, we'll also put the field back, the cut down back, and just those two, right? I don't want the land, and I don't want to go for the throw, so yeah. Devious Cover-Up is pretty good. Maybe I just put another Emperor out. Emperor's Haste Speed. I like that better. Sunfall and another campaign. Sunfall is also pretty nice, right? I do like a Sunfall. A Bandit's Hall is also good because I get a lot of triggers off of this. So, let me put up that Bandit's Hall. I can double the Intimidation Campaign. That draws me 2 cards. But let me Bandit's Hall first. I get 2 Bandit's Hall this way. Alright, so now I can tap this for blue. I don't need to tap this for black. I'll tap this for black. And we'll double Intimidation Campaign to draw 2 cards. Maybe we're getting somewhere with this. I don't know, but I'm very poisoned. There's a Cover-Up. And then there's also there's a lockdown now. Finally, I drew the lockdown. Do I want to lock everything down? Then I only have 3 mana. So, not yet.
See you later. Keep watch for intruders.
Cut down. Okay. He did it on that phase. So I could Devious Cover-Up, but I don't really... I'm not exiling anything here, right? Temporary Lockdown takes out 3 of my mana. I only have 3 mana left after that. It's not very useful. Let me keep the... Did I keep the copy? Do I keep the original? If I keep the copy, I mean, I'm not bouncing the copy, right? That's a lot. Alright, so this is a copy of it? Which one is this? I mean, I'm going to take action on both. I don't think it matters.
You're done.
And then we get to cycle. Do I want to cycle any of these cards? Not really. I guess he get to kill both my Planeswalkers if that's what he wants to do. Now he wants to poison me. That makes sense. It will give me to 8. Makes another Mirrors. Alright. If that's the case, now I can look at what I'm going to draw. That's a land. I can toss that. Then I get a second Cover-Up. Oh, that's real nice. So let us put a campaign away.
Another piece in place.
And now I can blow up the board with a... Yeah, there's 2 Merrics here. That's a little bit hard to fight against. And the Cover-Up really isn't doing anything. I get to look at his hand with the Cover-Up. And now how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. Whereas in this is only 3. That takes away my Jace. That feels less good, right? So maybe I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 7. I need an extra mana. That feels bad. Alright, I guess I'll give away my Jace. This way at least I have 2 counterspells. And I can plus, but then I won't be able to block against this new toxic creature. So I have to minus here, right? I have to minus 2. Now I gotta protect this 2/2. Which is gonna be hard.
Guards, to me.
Hopefully I can do it. All part of the game. Protect the 2/2. Go for the throw. Counter go for the throw. Let's put the Emperors back in along with the Witness. Just those 3. Alright, what else you got? Man, it's hard to fight against this. Even with all my value, it's just slightly off tempo. I'm gonna claw back from that weird, like, 5/1/1 toxic creature attack that we could not get out of somehow. And now he has 2 Myrics, and I can't get my Field of Ruin out. So I put in the graveyard. I mean, I put the card back in the library. Depopulate. Okay, you can depopulate that. That works for me. So if you're not going to do anything, I'm going to draw a card here. There's that Wandering Emperor. So then I can draw another card if I want to. What card can I draw here that would be good? I guess we'll find out, right? So a land, definitely something I can toss. The Deadly Cover-Up will be good if he tries to get a wide board. Hey, we get Jace again. Jace Reawakened. Let's draw a card first. Go for the throw. That's not a good card. We can loot away or go for the throw. And we get more mana. The more mana, the better. So I can push out an Emperor right now, and he can't stop the. No, there's no point in doing that. Alright, so I'm pretty sure his hand is full of removal. So Wandering Emperor is going to do Wandering Emperor things. I'm not going to go to 9. At least I'm going to try to prevent it. If his hand is full of counter spells, he can definitely counter me, right? Come on. There's just infinite Emperors on my side here. And that is why I'm wasting them like this.
Then guide it like water.
Feel the energy like battle. Take action, bounce it back to my hand. This is going to keep giving me card draws.
I am almost sad to see you go.
My turn, huh? Well, let me draw a card here. And Eiganjo, that's great. I might need that. Intimidation Campaign. I can always toss away my Deadly Cover-Up. This is a little bit weaker against him not making a board. Alright. Do I need to draw and discard a card here? Or do I hide the campaign? Maybe I'll draw and discard first. Then we'll make a 2/2 because I need a blocker.
That's it then.
Then I will intimidate them some more. This is great. No, we got him so locked down with the Intimidation Campaign, but I am at 8 and I cannot get out of being at 8. Maybe I draw a Field of Ruin, but that's about it. Destroy target enchantment. Do I want to let that happen? My Intimidation Campaign feels bad. Oh, I can just do this. Let's exile your Restless Anchorage. Oh, would you look at that? Come back to my hand. Take action. Now I can pass turn. That's a Mirix. One Mirix again. That's another Mirix. Alright, I have enough for the Emperor and the Eiganjo. That's the only thing happening. We'll go to blockers. We'll block one. Do I stop the Wandering Emperor?
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Let's fight through that first. Does he want to counter my Emperor? I have 4 mana to counter his counter if he wants to do that. He has a 3-step ahead, maybe? Make disappear. So, how many mana? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana. If I pay 2, I cannot pay 2 more. So he's going to double counter. Resolve. Decline. So that goes away. This resolves. Channel to kill this. Yeah. Haha! Can't counter this. Unless they somehow have Tashana. Alright. Now what else can we get? Take action. Ooh, a Sunfall. It's kind of weak to this board. A Cover-Up? Also kind of weak to this board. Guess we'll attack first. Is there a creature land I have? I don't have a creature land. So we'll attack his Emperor. Right? He's got 3, 4 mana. Can't do anything. Not on my watch. Alright, well that's his whole turn. That is... I don't know if that was the right play, to be honest. Do we win this here? Do we Intimidation Campaign? I think we win this. Or, I mean, I think we Intimidation Campaign, right? This is always good to get on board. Alright, now I get an Anchorage. Then I exile my Witness. I'll be able to get a double cast again next turn. He can't do anything with the mana he has. It's down to 2 cards. 35 to my 27. To Fairy. No thanks. Does it have a counterspell for this? Oh, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot. Alright, so he's probably going to counter this, to be fair. And that is where I lose the rest of the battle, I feel like. Oh, I guess that's all he had. You didn't have anything? You should have something. Make a 2/2.
Let your blade do the talking.
I'll draw a card here. I'll draw a card here. Draw another card. Finally, the Field of Ruin is here. Alright, so what do we do? I can double, but only on cast spells, which is not going to be that useful. I don't want to lock down the 2/2. It's not really doing much. So, do I witness the future? Or do I just intimidate him some more? I'm not out of the woods yet, right? He can definitely still get me. And I don't have any card draw this turn, so I guess we'll intimidate first. That is a tiny counterspell. Definitely playing a Field of Ruin here. I could force him to use his Mirix. You know what? I did it wrong. So I'm gonna force him to use his Mirrex. Okay, quit. GG. Got locked out of the whole game because we intimidated him. Fun stuff. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, how did you feel about this deck? Because I personally, I like this deck. I really like the synergy between Intimidation Campaign and Jace Reawakened. I also really like the fact that Honor Heirloom triggers a crime which brings our Intimidation Campaign back. And then a hidden ability you saw in that one game where Jace's -6 actually came into play and we got double Bandit's Hall. That felt really good. So yeah, this whole deck synergizes pretty well. In a slower controlling matchup, there's probably some fine tuning that can be done. Maybe 2 Intimidation is enough. Maybe more Temporary Lockdown. Maybe more Sunfall. I did lose 1 or 2 games to Boros and Mono Red. So I mean, those kind of games where opponent goes first, they hit their turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Usually, no matter what you do, you can't win those kind of games. So yeah, this deck, I really like it. I like this kind of control where you have a lot of pieces. This is kind of a combo deck. You got a lot of pieces, and for all the pieces to line up and then you win, that feels fantastic. That's why I like this deck. Look at this curve. It's like, it looks like it's a diagonal curve that ladders down this way, but it's not, right? Jace is a 4-drop, not a 2-drop. It's just a 4-drop that gives you 2 extra mana on the turn you play it, because it only costs 2, but you can't play it on anything past or anything before turn 3. You have to play it turn 4 or later. So yeah, this deck, I like it. I think it's unique. It's a deck that I brew myself, so I feel like it's fun. There's really nothing else I can say about it. Go out and intimidate someone if you want to try out this deck. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.